Welcome to Miracle Morning Mastermind. I'm Coach Fard Bell, founder of BornCEO.com and bestselling author of the book Born to Rule: 7 Steps to Claiming Your Freedom and Living Your Purpose. This is a special group that I've invited that are born CEOs from different walks of life, different businesses, different goals, and are serious about making this their best year yet. And this has become an extension of my level 4 coaching program, the Best Year Ever Implementation Mastermind. And a big part of implementation, a big part of productivity, a big part of success. Yesterday, we spoke about mastering the morning routine. We spoke about putting the big rocks in first. We spoke about prioritizing the things that matter the most and getting them done early in the day. We talked about the level of intensity behind it, the level of resolve that a strong implementer must have, a strong achiever must have to protect that time and to finish early and to condense time frames. And so I want to hear from you all, especially those who were listening to that message. What were some of your takeaways from that message about yourself, the way you see yourself, the way you see your time, the way you see your calendar, the way you see priorities? I don't know how many went to watch the YouTube video with Stephen Covey demonstrating the concept of putting the big rocks in first and how the big rocks represent the most powerful and important high payoff activities and values in our lives, like our spiritual values, our relationship with our significant other, our children, our loved ones, wealth building to ensure future wealth, high payoff activities based on our goals. What's the most high payoff activity I could focus on right now that'll move me closest to my goal? And starting with the biggest thing, Brian Tracy called it eat that frog, meaning whatever the biggest, baddest, most important thing is to do for the day, knock it out first, and then everything else is downhill from there. So it's about creating an urgency to do the most important thing first before the next important things or lesser important things overtake so much time that we never get around to the big rocks, and making that one adjustment in our lifestyles from putting the small rocks in first, things that don't have that much return on our time and investment. Most people make the mistake of doing those things first and then putting the little rocks in on top of the pebbles and then putting the medium-sized rocks in on top of that and then putting the sand in, let me do some entertainment here, some leisure time here. And it's nothing wrong with those things, but when we put them in first, all of a sudden our bucket is filled up with everything else except the big rocks. And then there's no room for the big rocks to fit. The most important, most high payoff things don't fit anymore, or we run out of time in the day before we ever get around to them. So the key is to flip the script. Somebody put flip the script in the comments. When we flip the script and we put the big rocks in first, and then the medium-sized rocks in, and then the small rocks in, and then the pebbles start to fit in throughout all the grooves of the big rocks and the middle rocks and the smaller rocks. And then there's plenty of room for even more sand than we were putting in before, because the sand fits into the grooves around the big rocks and the medium rocks and then the small rocks and then the pebbles and then the sand. And then just to demonstrate his point, he even pulled out a gallon of water and then poured a gallon of water in there. And all of it was able to fit only when we started with the biggest ones first. So let's hear from you all this morning. What did you take away? What did you pick up spiritually, mentally, emotionally? And what are you physically going to implement in order to take your life and your goals and your leadership to the next level?
This is Dr. Nakiba George. I am an executive director and an executive director maker. As you were talking, I was just kind of getting a visual, and the one thing that came to mind is just do what we need to do, just get it done. Take care of those priorities. And as we take care of the things that we need to take care of, then it will allow all the other things to fit in where they need to fit in. But just get it done. Don't delay, just do it. Thank you for allowing me to share, Coach.
Love it, love it. Put up some hearts for Dr. George. Who's next? What'd you take away, and um, what are you implementing as the born CEO of your life, of My Life Incorporated? We're going to start saying that in our introductions. Now that this Miracle Morning Mastermind is open to all born CEOs that are VIPs within the community currently, but that have level 4 access. We're going to start introducing ourselves. I'm Coach Fard Bell, and I am the born CEO of Fard Bell Incorporated. So, who's next? What are you taking away? What are you going to implement today?
This is Laverne out of Missouri City, Texas. I am um, Laverne Moore Incorporated. I am a born CEO.
You are the born CEO
I
of
am the born
Laverne Moore Incorporated.
I am the born CEO of Laverne Moore Incorporated. Yeah, so my big rock that I'm going to put in first is start with business owners because I have a gazillion business cards, and business cards could use the services that I provide, as well as individuals and families.
So good, so good, so good. And by the way, in your business, a second base three-way intro is a great immediate go-to for business cards professionals who are looking for networking opportunities to promote what they do. I'll grab a stack of business cards and I'll go straight to the three-way intro directly, and I'll put hello if you're my my event coordinator, Miss Moore, and Miss Gentry is my business card. I'll just go straight to a group text without even reaching out to Miss Gentry first, and I'll say group text. Hello, Miss Moore. I'd like to introduce you to Miss Gentry, a local professional in this industry. We either met networking or I came across her business card somewhere. I'd like to invite her to one of our upcoming networking events so that she can learn more, so she can promote what she does, and we can network with each other. Would you please let her know when the next one is? And it's been highly productive, a great getting great responses because they can see, wow, this person has grabbed my card. I've been putting out my business cards. First of all, I rarely even get somebody to reach out to me from my business card. So it's good news to hear that somebody either met networking or they found my business card is not only reaching out to me, but they're reaching out to give me an opportunity to come promote what I do. That is awesome. And so it's actually been really effective. How about that for a tip, Miss Moore?
Yes, I love that. Go straight to where they see that there's support in the company and not just that one individual that picked up their card. So I love it. Thank you.
You got it. And that's beginning with the end in mind. And then I can always backtrack and share. Oh, because I'm always going to let them know what to expect at the networking event. And I let them know what the agenda is. I let them know the first 30 minutes is going to be networking so we can promote what you do and get to know what you do. The second 30 minutes is going to be an overview about what I do in hopes that you'll return the favor. Is that work? And they're like, yeah, this makes perfect sense. And then I go and I'll send you I'll either say I'll send you an overview about what I do on the front end, but usually I'd rather them just see it all there and then have a follow up when it comes to the business professionals. Let's
Awesome.
go.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for sharing. Dr. Mack, take it away.
Okay, coach, I'm still taking that last note. That last note was absolute fire. Because I have all these people listed that I was like, I need to call them. I had invited them previously, but you just preempted all of that, which just goes straight to the three-way intro, which has worked for me previously, but it was after I made the phone call. I am Dr. Carolyn Mack from Washington, D.C. I am an executive director and executive director maker, and I am the born CEO of Carolyn D. Mack Incorporated. So I am super excited about this. This is amazing and it's awesome. Everything that you've been doing. And the one thing that I implemented um, as of yesterday was simply reaching out and making the phone call, just getting out of my own way and just going for it. And that's one of the things that I was doing. And this makes it absolutely even easier. I have a bag full. When I say a bag full, I have a bag full of cards. And I'm still just going through my phone right now. So then I can go to the cards after that. So I am super duper excited. I am like putting on the jets right now because right now I do 30. I think I'm gonna have to up that a little bit and make it 50 because I need to get through these people quick, fast, and in a hurry because I'm on a mission and I'm going somewhere. Thank you so much for allowing me to share.
So good. Before you go, for those who are where you were before you made that transition, let them know they're not alone. And describe how you were feeling and what you were thinking before that was keeping you from implementing on that level. And what is it that has shifted you?
I was in the wandering stage. I was doing really well at a point in time, but something in my mindset would not allow me to go beyond a certain point. And I would know when I was sabotaging myself, but I just could not think beyond the space where I was. I was really feeling like, well, I'm not really a business owner. And imposter syndrome. I'm not really a business owner. I remember the first time I actually read out loud on one of those three-way text messages where it says legal and identity services broker. And I literally bristled at myself. I'm like, is that who I am? I really didn't want to be that person. So what I decided in December is like, that's exactly who you are. You have to embrace that, believe that in yourself, live into that. And that's one of the things that Raj Vasugi says, like, you got to live into what you believe. And when I realized that my challenges with reaching out to people and reaching out to business owners, especially problematic, is because one, I didn't see myself as a business owner. Two, I didn't see myself as a legal and identity services broker. And those were the two biggest things that changed for me. I started writing those things down every day because in order to change who you were, you have to write down who you are. And I began to write down and believe who I am so that I could disrupt that pattern of kept keeping, saying who I was not. I am a legal and identity services broker. That's what I do. And I'm here to support people in making sure that they have the services and things that they need. So those were that I went from wandering to becoming very clear on what it is that I wanted and knowing that this vehicle is what's going to get me there. And once I embraced that about myself, it makes everything else all the more easier. Thank you for
So
allowing me to
good.
share.
Everybody drop some hearts for Dr. Carolyn Mack. That's what I'm talking about right there, family. Implementation on a higher level requires identity work on a higher level. As somebody put identity work in the chat. Identity work. Identity work is probably the highest work in personal development. It's the highest work. It's the highest level of transformation. Transformation begins primarily on the identity level. It's a spiritual transformation. Remember, I am a spirit in a body with a soul. You are a spirit in a body with a soul. So who you are is spirit. What you're in is a body. What you have is a soul. And with that in mind, real transformation must be transformative on a spiritual, mental, emotional, and a physical level in order for full transformation to take place. So you can read all the books that you want on the mental level. You can feel it on the emotional level. You can try, and do on a physical level. But if we're not transforming on the spiritual level and elevating our identity based on where we are choosing to see ourselves, then your who will always override your why. Your who will always override your why. If your why says, I really want to produce 7 figures a year, I really want to produce $150,000 a year, I really want to produce at a higher level, but your identity doesn't shift as to seeing yourself as that 7 figure per year person to produce the 7 figure result. If your identity says, I am still a $50,000 a year person, and your vision and your goal requires $1 million per year, there's an internal conflict taking place. In fact, $1 million a year is almost impossible for a $50,000 a year identity. Let me say that again. $1 million per year outcome is almost impossible for a $50,000 per year identity. $1 million a year outcome feels hard if you only operate from a $900,000 per year identity. It's $100,000 too hard. It's $100,000 above your comfort zone, $100,000 above your self-confidence, $100,000 above what you believe your ability is. So when at whatever outcome we want to produce, we must operate from an identity that is equal to or greater than that outcome. We must decide that we are now being that $1 million plus per year type of person. We got to update our software. You got to update your identity. You got to tell your subconscious which identity we're operating from now. Because what was the last program you gave it? If the last program you gave it was that we are a $50,000 a year person, or we are a $100,000 per year person, then all it's going to allow you to do is produce $100,000 a year results until you upgrade it, update it. So the work that Dr. Mack is describing is that she felt that conflict and that discomfort and the burden, and she identified, oh, I'm not feeling comfortable with this identity I just wrote down. Guess what she was feeling? She was feeling her system updating and asking her, wait, are you sure? Watch this. This is what I want you how I want you all to interpret that fear, that discomfort, that feeling of overwhelm, or this goal seems too big. Whenever you feel that feeling, I want you to interpret that as born CEOs from now on. That is your subconscious asking you, are you sure this is the new identity that we want to take on? It's just asking. It's saying, wait a minute, alert, alert. Last time you told me we were only $100,000 person, but you're giving me $1 million task. Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm just checking. I need to get your security clearance so I can upgrade our system. Isn't that a powerful visual? I'm just checking. And then you got to go and say, am I sure? Yeah, yes. Yes. This is who we are now. Yes, I am authorizing you. Yes, I know. I told you. Think of it like a child saying, but mom, you said that we weren't supposed to talk to strangers, but this guy is there. Yes, baby, I know I told you you're not supposed to talk to strangers, but this is actually your uncle that you never met before. He's safe. He's safe. It's okay, baby. It's okay to talk to this one. I know what I told you before. It's safe. Your subconscious is literally just checking in, saying it's panicking, saying, hey, I just want to make sure this is safe for us. Is this safe? And your job is to go, yes, baby, it's safe. Yes, this is the CEO speaking. Yes, I'm authorizing you to shift what I told you before. I'm authorizing you to upgrade what I programmed you for before. We've already accomplished that. In fact, you did an amazing job taking us to $100,000 per year. A great job. We've accomplished that now. And now we're upgrading. We're going to $200,000 a year now. Okay, are you sure? Are you sure? And it's going to check a bunch of times until you keep reassuring it. And everything about you is demonstrating that you are sure that that's what you want. Your behavior is matching it. Your language is matching it. You're shifting everything. It is watching you just like a child that will remind you of what you told it. How many can relate to that? You tell a child something in one context and they throw it right back in your face. But mommy, you said, daddy, you said. Miss Glover, is this hitting you?
Yes, this is my lane. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yes, I'm writing so fast trying to get all of it. I want to. Oh, you didn't. Yes, yes. It
What are you
seems
taking away?
like I make a step out. I'll make a step away from this sabotage, and then I'll take two steps back. It's just, but you know what? Talking to my subconscious like this, I like this because our bodies or our minds are meant to keep us safe. So speaking to it like this, you did an amazing job taking me to six figures. Now we're going to upgrade to, instead of 100,000, we're going to upgrade to 200,000. I like that. I like that. This is my lane. Yes, I love it. Thank you.
Come on, go ahead, show some hearts for Miss Deidre Glover. This is it. I've never heard it like this. Um, that visual before. I've heard the subconscious mind is there to protect us and that sort of thing. But that visual is a powerful visual I just got whenever I'm feeling that hesitation. Or watch this, watch this. Okay, let me give you all the next piece here. When, remember I said, if your identity is set for $50,000, 100,000 feels impossible. It feels like a weight that's way too heavy to lift. But watch this. When your identity is set for $150,000, then $100,000 is way too easy. It feels way too easy. That's way beneath our capability. I want y'all to hear me very carefully. If your identity is set for $100,000, $1 million a year feels impossible. It's 10 times the weight that I'm set to carry. That's what your subconscious is saying. What you're talking about is 10 times the weight you told me that I'm capable of lifting. You only authorized me to lift $100,000 a year worth of weight. So the idea of you lifting now $1 million a year, I'm going to put all kinds of fears in your mind. I'm going to put all kinds of hesitation in your system. I have to protect you from what you authorized me to protect you from. You only authorized me to allow you to earn $100,000 per year. And until you give me $1 million per year security clearance, I'm going to flood you with everything to protect you from that disaster that might be coming, because that is not what you programmed me for. But watch this. The same $1 million, when you tell your subconscious, I'm now authorizing you to take us to $1.5 million a year. And you fill your mind with $1.5 million per year ideas, and you accept it and you rehearse it and you speak it and you emotionalize it and you start changing your spiritual um, alignment, your mental alignment. You become spiritually aligned with it, mentally aligned with it, emotionally aligned with it, and physically aligned with it. All of a sudden, your subconscious is going, oh, okay, I guess I'm getting authorization that we're now operating out of our $1.5 million per year identity. Okay, well, then $1 million is easy now. Did y'all catch that? Wait, $1
Yes.
million, that's easy. That's less than what you've authorized me for. So now you will approach the $1 million ideas, $1 million opportunities, $1 million environments, $1 million mentors, $1 million activities, $1 million behaviors, $1 million friends, $1 million networking opportunities, $1 million everything will become comfortable because it's lightweight. That's $500,000 less than what we're set for. We can do that with ease. That's when you see people skyrocket to 10x. It's because they got their subconscious upgraded. They gave it permission to operate above the goal. So if your identity is set higher than the actual goal, then the goal feels easy. If your identity is set lower than the goal, then the goal will always feel hard, no matter how small it is. Talk to me, somebody. Is this thing hitting you? What are you doing with this?
I'll say something kind of right quick, coach. It's funny that you say this because yesterday, as I was making phone calls with our team, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna just go for executive director because it feels like it's right there. And because it's right there, I'm like, oh, that's easy. Now I haven't gotten there yet. At the same time, I'm like, reach higher because you when you stretch, but you can stretch a little bit more. And so now my goal is platinum because executive feel like it's right there. And just because I don't see it or can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. So I'm stretching myself more to get to platinum, to get to millions. And so at one time when I thought, well, I don't know if I can. Well, now I'm not even thinking about whether I can or whether I can't because it's up to God brings the increase. I just want to say that part. So thank you.
That is so good. Put up some hearts for Ms. Moore. I got something I want everybody to do. On your paper, I want you to separate your goal from your identity. Your identity is who I choose to be. What version of me do I choose to operate from? Write that down. My identity is the version of myself that I choose to operate from. My identity is the version of myself I am choosing to operate from. That's different from the goal. So whatever your goal is, what I'm suggesting is choose to operate from an identity that is higher than the goal. So if there are 5 levels of success in your business and your next goal is goal level 4, I'm suggesting to tell your subconscious that it's time for us to operate from the identity of level 5, because level 4 goals are easy with a level 5 identity. So what does that mean to operate from a level 5 identity? That means we're thinking level 5 thoughts, we're speaking at level 5 words, we're creating level 5 environments, we're creating level 5 associations, we're creating level 5 uh, workout partners, accountability partners, everything in our lives. We're creating level 5 habits. We are operating from the identity of a level 5, which makes the level 4 goal easy, lightweight. In fact, you're going to blow by level 4 because you will always rise. Everything in your life will match what identity you're operating from. So whatever level of activity you're currently sustaining is a reflection of the identity you've been operating from for a while now. I'm going to say that again. Whatever level of behavior and results that you've been producing consistently is a reflection of the identity you've been operating from for quite some time. And in order to shift that, all you have to do is shift the identity that you're operating from consistently over time, and everything else will automatically rise to match. Your behavior must automatically rise to match the identity that you're operating from. Therefore, your results must automatically rise to match the identity that you're operating from. For years, I was operating from a $50,000 a year identity, and I didn't know it. I didn't know it. I had $1 million thoughts. I was reading $1 million books. I was going to $1 million environments, right? I have $1 million ideas, but I was still operating from a $50,000 per year identity. I didn't break past $50,000 a year consistently until I broke the glass ceiling inside of me. And I gave my subconscious permission and instruction, consistent permission, consistent instruction, consistent reassurance, consistent alignment with the new idea that no, I am a 7-figure plus per year person. And I started thinking thoughts like beyond 12 rings, which means beyond 7 figures a year. I started thinking thoughts like 7 figures and beyond. I started speaking language like 7 figures and beyond. I started hanging out in places where 7-figure and beyond people hang out. I spend time in La Jolla. I take my prayer walk when I'm out in La Jolla in San Diego in a park by the ocean where 7-figure per year type of people come to walk their dogs in the morning. They come to go surfing in the morning. I spent time in places like Coronado and on the waterfront, where my next door neighbors would pull up in their yachts. And getting used to that idea, I belong here. I belong here. This is my new normal. It to the points where they start to feel like I belong there because I feel like I belong there. I was in La Jolla so long, just visiting and showing up, they thought I was the new neighbor. All right, talk to me. What are you hearing?
What I'm hearing is that we have to elevate really the way we see ourselves. You know, I hear the word not just mindset, but mind shift.
Mm, So good.
Thank you for allowing me to share.
You're welcome. Who else? What are you hearing? What are you hearing? What are you seeing or feeling? What are you thinking?
What I'm hearing is it is truly about the elevation, and you have to, sometimes you can't even say it, and if you can't say it, there's no way you can think it, and if you can't think it, you can't see it, and if you can't see it, you can't be it. So um it is baby steps, and if you can't even see yourself a 50K ring yet, there's some work to be done. And it's great. It's fantastic. Because when you begin to see yourself beyond that, and I remember, Coach, when I'm back in December when I had the conversation with you, and I said that he's like, I want that 100K. I want 100K by the end of December. And then much like Laverne, I was like, well, that just seems so easy once you set your mind to it. So I doubled it. And I was like, okay, that feels like a little bit of a stretch. And then I got to Myrtle Beach and I had already doubled it to 200K. And then I got to Myrtle Beach and Ms. Gardner said double that. And I said, now that hurts. Felt it. That one hurt, but I'm like, I'm gonna do it. That's what she said do. I'm gonna do it. And so my goal is 400K, $400,000 by the end of this year. And that is truly a stretch goal for me. But and in the environment that we are currently in, it feels very doable. I have to become someone else, and I'm on my way to becoming that person. But it feels very doable. My heart is beating so fast right now, even saying it out loud. I write it down every day, but saying it out loud, and that's a part of becoming that person, is elevating my thought processes. And that comes through when you elevate your thoughts and you elevate your thinking and you've shifted your mindset to become that person that you need to be in order to have the goal that you've set for yourself. That comes through in everything that you say. I recall having a conversation with a person via text, and they were, they were like, "Well, I have a financial planner and all of that," and I was like, "I'm not a financial planner. I'm a legal and identity services broker. And oh, by the way, if you have a financial planner and they don't have what I'm offering them, feel free to give them my number because as a trusted advisor, they should be able to protect you more than just financially." So it went there for me, and I was complete. That was not me. Usually I'm like, oh, okay, well,
That was
great, have a good day.
that wasn't the old you.
That was not the old me. That was the new and improved version of me. Like, I'm stepping into my identity. I know who I am and I know what I'm giving, and I'm trying to help you. So help me help you. And
So
it was an amazing feeling. So, it's like you have to really start out where you are and not be ashamed of where you are, because awareness is the first step in the process. Is when you become aware of where you are, then you also become knowledgeable of where you can go. Thank you for allowing me to share.
so good. Everybody, write this in your notes. There are multiple versions of me. There are multiple versions of me, unlimited levels of me. And I get to choose which version of me is necessary for the goal. I get to choose which version of me is necessary to achieve the goal. So, Dr. Mack, if I have a $400,000 a year goal, which version of me am I going to assign to that goal?
I have to assign the $500,000 version of me to that goal.
That was a trick question. Some people are thinking, well, I'm going to call on the $400,000 version of me to achieve the goal. Here's the good news. If you do, you'll achieve the goal as you become a consistent $400,000 person internally. You will start to do $400,000 a year behaviors. You'll start to get $400,000 a year results. And it's whatever amount of time it takes for that $400,000 a year version of you to be consistent enough for long enough to sustain those behaviors, then boom, all of a sudden, 400,000 a year becomes a new normal. But like Dr. Max said, I'd rather choose the $500,000 a year version of myself. So I'm not just barely making it to $400,000 a year. I want to blow by that 400,000 a year with ease, like lightweight, and surpass that 400,000. So I'm going to always, from now on, put this in your notes. From now on, I'm going to choose an identity, a version of myself that is higher than the goal that I'm going after. From now on, I always choose a version of myself that is higher than the goal I'm going after. And this is where the becoming process takes place. This is the work before the work. This is the real work of personal development, the real work of transformation. So once again, what are the environments of that version of me? What does this $500,000 a year version of Dr. Mack look like? What does that version of, and use ChatGPT to help. Tell it, I'm working on shifting my self-image to allow me to earn over $400,000 a year. Ask ChatGPT, what do you know about Bob Proctor's teachings on the subconscious mind? What do you know about the book Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz? What do you know? What information do we have about reprogramming the subconscious mind for higher levels of success? And once it pulls it up, I tell ChatGPT, all right, I want you to remember this as I'm getting advice from you or tips from you on how to achieve my $400,000 a year goal. I want to create a $500,000 per year identity. Help me identify the qualities of the type of people who have elevated from 100,000 a year or 50,000 a year to $500,000 a year. What's the difference in their skill set, their mindset? What are their habits and behaviors? What kind of work ethic do they have? What do they prioritize? What do they say no to that a lesser version of them would say yes to? What kind of associations do they have? What kind of environments do they hang out in? How do they dress? How do they speak? What are their boundaries? What are their boundaries? What are their standards? And then your job is to also seek out people who have that level of success and study them, model them, get used to it so that you can start visualizing, emotionalizing, and actualizing that $500,000 per year version of you. You're rehearsing her in your mind. You're speaking like she speaks, walking like she walks. You are living like she lives. Not necessarily spending like she spends, but you're thinking like she thinks. You're feeling the feelings that she's feeling. You are literally letting your subconscious know we are upgrading to the $500,000 version, and it's safe. It's safe. Yes, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure. Yes, it's okay. Yes, I'm sure. Yes, I really mean it. It's asking, do you really mean it? Do you really mean it? Because yesterday you started acting like that, the $50,000 a year version of yourself or that $100,000 version of yourself. So I'm a little bit confused. Are y'all hearing this? Let me be your, let me pretend like your subconscious for a moment so I can translate your subconscious for you. You're confusing me. Sometimes you're acting like the $50,000 or $100,000 a year version of yourself, but you're telling me you want me to um, upgrade and activate the $500,000 a year version of you. Which one is it? You're telling me that you want to operate as the $500,000 a year version of yourself, but you're still spending more time with your $50,000 or $100,000 a year friends, and less time with your 500,000 and beyond friends. You're picking up the core values of your 50,000 to $100,000 circle more than your 500,000 plus per year circle. So I'm confused at which values you want me to operate from. So we don't have to get rid of our $50,000 and $100,000 a year circles of people. But if we're going to allow the $500,000 a year version of us to take its place, we have to increase the amount of time we're spending around our $500,000 a year voices. Which voices are we listening to? Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. What kind of ideas are we ingesting? What are we taking in? We got to feed $500,000 ideas, 500,000 plus per year identities, $500,000 a year pictures. Give me pictures. Your subconscious is saying, give me pictures that match that 500,000 a year version of yourself, if that's the identity you want me to operate from. Give me words that match. Give me emotions. Give me emotions that show me you're excited about that. Because I'm hearing more negative emotions from you when you are thinking about this $500,000 a year identity. I'm picking up more fear from you than I am gratitude. Give me gratitude. Show me that you're grateful for this. Show me that you're comfortable with this. Give me comfortable emotions around this idea. Give me enthusiastic emotions around this idea. Give me excitement emotions. Give me gratitude emotions. Give me the type of emotions that tell me you already are there. You've already accepted this new reality. It's not something that's coming one day. You've already accepted it in the presence. And that's what calms me down and makes me feel safe to allow you to operate at that $500,000 per year level. Oh my gosh, this is how I needed to hear this for so long. And I didn't have the words. Okay, final takeaways. Thoughts, feelings, takeaways, questions.
I'll make a quick comment, Coach. So I love it when you said to ask Chat GPT. So to study the model of the person that I want to be. So everything that, because sometimes I am wondering, how do I become that? How do I become $1 million a year earner? Because we actually celebrated last night. Darnell Self and his 1.7 million after the meeting last night. And I'm like, how do I become that? How do I not take 20 something years to become a millionaire a year? How do I think like that person? What thoughts do I need to take and throw out? What actions do I need to take and throw out to become that? Become is all we hear. Become. How do we become? How do we think? What do we say? What do we not say? Well, for me, it's more of what do I not say? What do I not think to be that $1 million a year identity person that I know God created? If I'm a child of the Most High God, which I know I am, then I already know that I have everything that He has for me. So who do I need to become today? Not tomorrow, not next year, not 10 years from now. So that's my takeaway. And again, faith comes by hearing. So the things that I listen to are I listen to a lot of Myron Golden. I listen to some Bill Winston. I listen to positive things that feed into me, into my spirit, not anything negative. So I'm working on becoming that person. I'm gonna still go back and ask Chat GPT because that's one I haven't asked. um, but I do have family members that remind me of who I am and who I want to be. So that's a big help right there. So thank you for everything that you've taught and poured into us and remind us of who we are. Because again, it's just like have the faith of a child. Remember when we used to didn't think about a lot of things or worry about a lot of things. And it's funny because I do feel like I'm a child when it comes to a lot of stuff. So now I just need to figure out how to make that part of my identity. Thank you.
You're welcome. And what are you picking up so far to add to your list?
So to add to my list, I'm just going to stretch myself and just doing more, talking to more business owners because I've actually talked to some. I
So
just need to.
you're talking about what to do, but I'm talking
Oh,
about who to be.
who to be? Well,
What are
that's
you adding to your list of how to reinforce that 7-figure per year identity?
that part is what I'm working on.
So
Because
I don't want anybody to miss the list that I gave you
mm-hmm,
over and over again today.
mm-hmm,
What are the standards that a 7-figure per year person has?
mm-hmm,
Here's a big one. What are the skills that a 7-figure per year person has? The skills. What are the environments that a 7-figure per year person places themselves in?
mm-hmm,
Who are the voices that a 7-figure per year person listens to? What are the habits of a 7-figure per year person? What are the boundaries of a 7-figure per year person? Leadership skills, time management skills, goal achievement skills. What are the habits, atomic habits, the book Atomic Habits of a 7-figure per year person? How does a 7-figure per year person utilize the 6 sources of influence taught in the book Change Anything by Joseph Grenny? Change Anything by Joseph Grenny. How does a 7-figure per year person use those 6 sources of influence to keep their identity intact and on track? How many times has a 7-figure per year person would they be listening to the podcast called 7-Figure Standard? 7-Figure Standard by Arash Vasugi. Almost every 7-figure per year and beyond person I've ever met says there's 2 books that they study. Out of the top 5 books, these 2 books always show up on their list: the Bible and Think and Grow Rich. The Bible and Think and Grow Rich. Even non-Christians, those 2 books. I've interviewed over 100 7-figure earners I've met. I just added another billionaire that I've spoke to the other day and got to ask a question to on the AI Summit. So over a half dozen billionaires. Whenever I ask the question, the top books that have impacted their life, that helped them become who they are, the Bible and Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill always seem to show up on the list. That's called a clue. So now you all tell me what I just gave you all like a dozen different things to utilize and to work on to reinforce that 7-figure per year identity, or whatever that identity is that you're taking on. Like, oh, so if there are skilled communicators, then if you are sincere about becoming a 7-figure earner, you're going to study everything on that type of communication that you can. You see the books behind me on my library? These books match the type of person that I want to become. So, okay, so if I want to become that person, I'll start with 10 pages a day, a book a month, and let me upload my mind with those type of books, because these are the type of books that that type of person has read. These are the type of ideas that are in the mind of that type of person that I'm choosing to be. So I didn't get these books overnight. I've accumulated these books over time. Even one book a month, think about that, one book a month for 30 years. I started this journey when I was 14 years old. So I have all these ideas, and then I found out, oh, so now it's the easy part. Well, it's not the easy part, but I choose to think of it as the easy part. Now I got all the ideas in my head. Now it's just raising and reinforcing the identity that I'm choosing to operate from. Because I can operate as the $100,000 a year version of me with these same $1 million a year ideas. And I only earn $100,000 a year consistently. I can operate as the $150,000 a year version of my identity with $1 million ideas and only earn $150,000 a year with $1 million a year plus ideas. I can operate as the $500,000 version of me and only earn $500,000 a year, even with multi-million-dollar or billion-dollar ideas. Or I can operate as the $5 million version of me and earn 5 million a year, the $10 million version of me, the $100 million version of me, the $1 billion a year version of me, the $10 billion a year version of me, the $100 billion a year version of me, the $1 trillion a year version of me, the multi-trillion-dollar a year version of me. All of those versions of me exist. It's just a matter of me choosing which one to operate from and doing the work to protect, to reinforce, to align with that version of me. How many got a list now? I want you to remember this list, save this list, take a picture of this list, tell ChatGPT this list, print out this list, post this list, share it with your workout partners, this list, and your supportive folks, this list. Use it, turn it into a checklist, a daily checklist, and figure out which one of these am I going to incorporate today to reinforce my 7-figure per year identity. Talk to me, somebody. Talk to me as we go. Anybody got fresh clarity?
Yes, I'm definitely gonna have to go back and listen to this because, like Miss Glover, I couldn't keep up with writing everything. And the Bible and Think and Grow Rich are two things that I'm always consistently listening to and reading. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Add Bob Proctor to the list. Psycho Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Anything that can help you reinforce and protect the idea. But one of the biggest things, y'all, is the environments and the associations. About every 90 days, my intention is to be in an environment, a high level environment around high level people that remind me of the 7-figure identity I'm choosing to operate from. I go places. If it's not in the budget to take certain trips, guess what? It doesn't cost that much money to just drive somewhere where wealthy people live. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get into those environments all the time. So you can find these recaps on my YouTube channel at BornCEO.com. You can go to BornCEO.com/YouTube if you ever forget how to find the YouTube channel. Or when you go to BornCEO.com, just click on the YouTube icon at the bottom of the page, and that's where these go. There's a playlist called Miracle Morning. Anybody else as we wrap up? All right.
Yep, I'm gonna go back and listen because I didn't get a chance to get all of them. So yes, I need to hear this
Which
again.
ones?
And
What are some of them that you did get?
the ones that I did get, just a minute. The list was habits, skills, boundaries, leadership, time management. So that's all I got.
Add affirmations, declarations. Like, how do they speak? What do they say to themselves when they look in the mirror? What do they post up in their environment, their vision boards, their affirmations, their goals, right? This is the work, y'all. I don't have to go to work primarily on $1 million per year. I go to
Got it.
work on the $1 million mindset, the $1 million habits, the $1 million skills, $1 million associations. I'm interviewing $1 million per year people. I'm listening to $1 million per year audios, authors, speakers. I'm watching their YouTube channels. I'm not just watching for the content that they're producing, but okay, I'm going to produce content like they produce. Oh my goodness, did y'all hear that one? I'm not
Yeah.
just watching their content on YouTube or social media. I'm going, oh, that's what 7-figure per year earners do. They produce quality content. So, what is my version of this type of quality content that I'm producing? I'm not just going to listen to Myron Golden. I'm going to produce content like Myron Golden. Oh, somebody just got it. Somebody just got it. What's my version of what he's doing based on my gifts, my message, my personality? He's earning millions of dollars per month because he's doing millions of dollars per month type of things. He's providing, watch this, he's solving $1 million per year type of problems. Write that down. What type of problems does that? This is a big one that was missing from the list. One of the most important ones. What type of problems does that version of me solve? What type of problems does $1 million per year person solve? Are they doing manual labor? Are they solving manual labor problems? No. Are they solving management level problems? No. Are they solving CEO level problems? Yes, maybe. And are they solving thought leader type problems, influencer type problems, high level communicator type problems? Yes, they communicate on a 7-figure level, meaning they're influencing, they're communicating, they're solving problems with their messages, their words, they're reaching the masses. Are they speaking to the few or are they speaking to the masses? Well, it depends. Best bet, I want to learn how to speak to the masses because if 1 million people send me a dollar a year, then that's a better chance of me earning $1 million a year. If I'm adding enough value that 1 million people are willing to send me a dollar a year, that's why I get to earn $1 million a year. If I'm adding enough value that 100,000 people are willing to send me $10 a year, that's why I get to earn $1 million a year. If I'm adding enough value where 10,000 people are willing to send me $100 per year, that's why I get to earn $1 million per year. If I'm adding enough value where 1,000 people are willing to send me $1,000 per year, that's why I get to earn $1 million per year. Did y'all catch that?
Yes.
So $1 million per year person is solving $1 million per year problems or serving $1 million a year people. Or they're serving enough people that are willing to pay them a certain amount to earn $1 million per year. Okay, well, no wonder that Myron Golden is speaking on YouTube. That's one of the best and fastest ways to reach 1 million people. And guess what? 80% of them might just consume the content for free, and their lives are being blessed for free. Another 10% might say, hey, I want to give you $10 a month or $100 a month or $1,000 a month. Or a few of them will say, I'll give you $100,000 a year. And a smaller group will say, I'll give you $1 million a year. The bottom line is he's speaking to the masses. He's serving the masses. He's solving a problem that the masses solve, and he's doing it with excellence. So he's earning by solving problems and serving people. Comment in the comments which you're taking away now, or if you're on with me live, did you take away something new? What are you going to act on the most? Put it in the chat. Go ahead, Dr. George.
I've already gone to Chat GPT while you were talking,
What'd
and
you do?
it gave me a PDF, and I included your name as well. And so I'm going to take a look at it, and I want to go back, and I plan on going back listening to this broadcast so I can make sure I have all those areas highlighted. But I asked for it to create for me a 1-year month checklist of things to do, books to read, affirmations, just based on the mind shift.
Did you tell it? Did you tell it what income level you want to get to?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So
awesome.
I have a PDF. I'm going to take a look at it and go back and listen to the broadcast. And I'm excited. Let's go.
Let's go. That's what I'm way to implement. Way to implement. I want to become $1 million a year person. Give me a list of affirmations. Give me a list of books. Give me a list of mentors to listen to. Give me a list of habits to start developing. And then you just pick something and go to work on it. Just pick something. I didn't just go buy hundreds of books that are behind me, and that's probably 10% of books that are in my mental library over the years. Most of my stuff is on Audible now. It started with one book at a time, 1 month at a time. So I'm a $1 billion person. I have $1 billion ideas. God's given me $1 billion vision. Now I'm stepping into the $1 billion identity. I've done all the hard work. Now I'm just shifting which floor of the elevator am I moving up to now? And so this next version of me, how do I know that I'm transforming into the next version of me? Well, my daily routine is different. My morning routine is at a higher level than it was at 10 to 15,000 a month. 10 to 15,000 a month is not a lot of money in California. 20,000 a month is okay money. That's only okay money in California. Right? It's an accomplishment. I'm like, thank you, subconscious. I remember when we were making $40,000 a year. And look at where we've gone. We've gone to 6 figures. We've gone to multiple 6 figures. Congratulations, job well done. Now we're going to 7 figures per year. Let's go. Here's our new morning routine. Here's what we're listening to. Here's who we're listening to. Here's who we're modeling. Who are we modeling? Add that to your list. Who am I modeling? Okay. All right. Okay. So we're going to produce content like a 7-figure per year person now. Y'all hear this? I want y'all to hear this. This is one of the biggest things you're about to see when you ask, wow, how'd you go from six figures to 7 figures? One of the biggest things you're going to see, mark my words, he went from not communicating massively and to a large group of people on social media, not communicating consistently on social media, to producing content every day all over the place. The old me willing wasn't willing or comfortable producing this YouTube channel. Look at my YouTube channel now. Look at how many videos are on my YouTube. The 6-figure me wasn't producing consistent content on YouTube. The 6-figure me was not identifying my target audience to speak to. The 6-figure me was compartmentalizing everything that I do. My legal services business was in one compartment. My coaching calling was in another compartment. And I wasn't going full blast with either. The 7-figure me has figured out how to align my message. I'm all of that. Yes, I'm a legal services broker, recruiting a whole massive international team of legal services brokers throughout the United States and Canada. Yes, I'm a transformational coach, helping people break through from whatever's keeping them from achieving their goals and dreams, and most importantly, their God-given divine assignment. Yes, I'm a man of God. Yes, I'm a kingdom citizen. Yes, I'm a disciple of Christ. Yes, I'm a father. Yes, I'm a leader. Yes, I'm an influencer. I'm a world-class influencer. I'm a world-class communicator. I'm a world-class coach. I'm the best who ever done it the way that I do it. I am the king of my domain. I am the king of implementation coaching. I've got resources for everybody. I've got 30 plus years worth of wisdom and content and experience and knowledge. I've got a $500,000 a year education outside of formal education. I've got solutions. I've got strategies. I've got content. I have a life-changing environment called the Born CEO movement. And now I'm telling it to the world. You see what I'm doing? The difference between the 6-figure me and the 7-figure me? It's not just this mystical, spooky affirmations only. No, I'm being him. I'm being him now. I don't have to wait to become him. I'm being him now. Be her now. Be him now. Put that in your notes. I am him now. I am her right now. I'm being her right now, not later. And in this process, more and more people who've been looking for what I have are starting to find me. More people who are like, oh my gosh, I was praying for a mentor. I was praying for a coach that could help me overcome my challenges. I didn't know where to find him because he wasn't showing up on YouTube consistently. He wasn't showing up on Facebook consistently. He wasn't showing up where I'm looking. He wasn't showing up on Instagram consistently. He wasn't showing up on LinkedIn. I was looking on LinkedIn and he wasn't there, or he wasn't loud enough or consistent enough for me to find him. Or I found him, but he wasn't consistent enough or confident enough to reassure me that he's my guy. I want you to see yourself in what I'm saying right now. What is the gift that you have to offer in your product? What is the gift that you have to offer in your service? What is the gift that you have to offer in your opportunity, in your message, in your God-given talent, your gift, your idea, that idea you have? How strong is your confidence so that the people looking for the problem that you solve know that you're the guy, that you're the girl, that you're the one, you're the man, you're the woman? Are you owning your domain that God gave you? He equipped you for this. He empowered you for this. You were born for this. Now go rule your domain and let the world know I got what you're looking for. Come see me. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Coach.